Investors into the Disney stock are worried about Disney parks after D23. That worry seems to be parked indefinitely, for investors have seen nothing to convince them that Disney is going to fix anything. In fact, the announcements at D23 about supposed upgrades only strike fear in guests, investors, shareholders, and more. Today, we'll tell you just how historically empty Disney World might be and why we think this company is completely divorced from reality. Hello, folks, and happy day to you. We hope you're making the world a better place wherever you are. And we're happy to add a little value to your day by explaining what is going on with the Disney stock and with the Disney parks, because they are definitely intertwined. Disney in the midst of a ton of drama. That's no surprise as of late. The people who run Disney seem to be, hell-bent on keeping the company in as much drama as possible. Doesn't seem to result in any good for the shareholders, the stockholders, but you know what? This is a company that's acting in a bizarre manner. Now, Marvin, you are joining us today, and I just want to say, Marvin, as we get started, that folks sometimes claim that this channel is too negative about Disney. That's one of the complaints we'll get. And by the way, that's no big deal to us, because although we listen to complaints, this channel has risen exponentially, over the past year and a half that it's existed. And so we take that as a barometer that says, well, things are going, we're telling the truth and people are enjoying that. And so we'll keep doing it. But Marvin, I would just suggest this, and I tweeted this out earlier, as we look at the Disney stock here for the past, I think we've got it set to 1 month there. This stock, this company, the company value overall for Disney has dropped something like 60% in the last 3 years. And I would just say, Marvin, that if people out there are getting their Disney news from places that just talk positively about the company, if a company drops 60% of its value in 3 years and all you hear is positive, you're being misled. Am I wrong about that, Marvin? I mean, I just think that this is the natural consequence. The way we report the news about this company is the natural consequence of a 60% decline.
I think the way that you always put it, that I very much appreciate and like, is that we call balls and strikes, and that is that we will praise things when it's good. We will be honest when things are bad. If you are just talking about the good and ignoring this catastrophic fall, then you are essentially the dog sitting in the flaming bar going, "This is fine."
Yeah, we've all seen that meme. I mean, this is the 6 month. It's just a steady, nonstop decline. But Marvin, the reason that I pull up the 1 month, the reason I pull up the 1 month is because this was the shareholder meeting. This was D23. This is the result. You should have seen the stock go up. The earnings report and D23 are designed to give you the most glowing report possible about the company. And clearly, investors are worried about the parks. This is a theme park company. And we're going to get into this in just a moment. We're going to show you how bad this is. But, this is a theme park company, and Disney just made a ton of theme park announcements. Many of them received extraordinarily poorly in ways that I have no idea why they would have ever thought this is a good idea. They clearly are out of touch with reality and out of their customers. But, Marvin, I'm amazed that we're on the backside of D23 and the earnings report, and it's getting worse, not better. What do you make of it?
I really thought that they were going to see a small bump after they made all the announcements, because on the face of it, announcing, Monsters Inc. roller coaster, Villains Land, Cars, like all of that sounds good on paper. It's when you look at it a little bit closer that you start to see like that it's actually like, oh no, this is going to destroy Walt Disney World. I thought that
say it again, Marvin, because that's how we feel. Say it again.
It's going to destroy Walt Disney World.
Why, Marvin? Why would they do upgrades? Why would you do upgrades that your fans look at the upgrades and say, you're going to destroy your parks? And the parks, Disney World specifically, is like, it is the lifeblood of this company. It is 1/3 of all their profits. This is a huge company. This is a company that owns Star Wars and Marvel and Pixar, and yet Disney World is so huge that it's 1/3 of all their success they could possibly have. And after their announcements, Marvin, and you're exactly right, people are looking at it and saying, you're going to destroy it. Why would
Well,
they do this?
one of the main things that they always talk about and they hop about are the memories that you make as part of your family. Well, why would you then bulldoze most of the iconic visions that people have those memories of? Isn't the point of going back to the parks to experience those memories again, to look at something and be like, oh, I remember when I was there with my grandfather who's no longer with us, or like you're taking memories away from people. And Walt touted the blessing of size for the Florida project. He said this space has enough land to hold all the dreams and all the plans we could ever possibly conceive. But apparently that's not the case, because all they do is they just redevelop the same footprint over and over and over again and leave 60% of this property completely undeveloped.
They have so much land that they can develop all around. And we've done the videos. We're not going to keep doing this over and over. I don't know, maybe we'll have to, but they don't have a need to destroy these things. People are like, well, you don't go to Tom Sawyer Island anyway. You don't even use Muppet Vision. It's like, no, these don't cost anything to just keep them there. The maintenance costs are tiny. There's literally no good from destroying them. You have so much expansion land. It's incredible. Let me show you this, though, Marvin, because we could go on and on. I want people to see this from the pragmatic standpoint where this company is. Marvin, we are in August, okay? Now, this is a chart that shows all the months of the year and the wait times at Disney World. We've shown this chart many times on the channel, but some of you are new and just checking this out, and we're happy, by the way, to have you. Hope you click the like button. This chart, every single bar you see is a different month. So you can see here that we're highlighting over June of 2023, July of 2023. Now, keep those in your memory, Marvin, okay? See these two? Because summers are typically really big months for Disney, and you can see that they were big, right? Because you've got May, when people are graduating and going to prom, so can't do Disney then. And you get the pop because this is Vacation Central, and then it drops again in August, right? And it drops to the lowest levels in September. And that, you can go back historically, and that's what happens. Everybody knows this. You don't have to know a thing about Disney to know people go in the summer. Okay? Yep. It's very easy. All right, look at this. Yep. This year, this is what's killing the stock. June was down majorly, okay? And the wait times are very well correlated to the crowd levels. In fact, this year, it might be even more so that the crowd levels have dropped versus the wait times, because Tiana's Bayou Adventure doesn't work. And so that should be lifting the wait times. Anyway, we won't go into that. But let me show you this, Marvin. July of this year was the lowest wait times across Disney World, and that means crowd levels, since when? September of 2023. We've covered this in the past, folks. We'll be brief. September is the month of the year, historically, when nobody is there, okay? There's September of 2022. Look what September looks like compared to the other months in 2022, okay? Nobody's there, right? Nobody was there in 2023 either. That means that in July of this year, July, prime time, July, so many vacays in July, was as empty as a September. And Marvin, get ready for this. We now have data going through the first half of August, and it is as empty as September of last year and July of this year. But I have bad news for Disney, and this is where it gets historically bad, Marvin. The first 2 weeks of August, which is the only data we have, is dramatically better than the last 2 weeks of August. And the reason for that is, starting this week, kids are going back to school all over the country.
Yeah,
and
kids in the South mostly go back to school in the beginning of August, and then kids in the North go back somewhere around Labor Day. So, yeah,
and so it progressively gets
period.
Right, progressively lower crowds as you go through August. Now, what that means is this is already the lowest month that we have seen since standard operations came back in. These little lines here, throw all that data out. That's during the pandemic. They were doing all kinds of crazy stuff with waits and queue lines and how you get to ride and who could come to the parks. All this is bad data. You got to go back to 2019 to find real data on this, okay? And by the way, September then was bad. I think we're going to beat that now. But August, this is going to drop lower. And that means that since the pandemic, this August is likely to be the lowest month we have ever witnessed post-pandemic. Marvin, if August, the second 2 weeks of August, or excuse me, the latter half of August, if that follows the pattern that we typically see, and if September is lower than that, I'm here to tell you, Marvin, this is going to be an utterly empty Disney World. utterly empty.
100
And that's
totally.
why the stockholders are freaking out. No financial advice, but they are freaking out because these parks are empty. And the defenders and the pixie dusters, they can defend and they can tweet all they want. You cannot defend. You can't be like, oh, that's fine. There's more Disney for me if you don't like it. There's nobody there already.
Well, this
Marvin,
is
you
the
go to
thing
the
that I
parks.
say
What are
to
you
people.
witnessing?
And this is the thing I say to people all the time when they try to tell me that things like box office, things like television ratings, things like theme park attendance don't matter. Why should it matter to you? Just be a fan. I'm like, well, no, because if you're a fan, you should want the thing that you're a fan of to continue. And without money coming in, it does not continue. Now, I was just in the parks this past weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and I couldn't believe how empty it was. It was empty. When I got to Magic Kingdom, they were parking in the villains lot. I was parked the majority of the lots were completely empty. I parked right up in the front of Hook. And Scar was completely empty and the back lots were empty and it looked like half of the Heroes lot was empty. I went to Epcot.
And yet, Marvin, I bet they didn't handle the crowds well. I bet they did. No. I bet you did not receive great service at the Magic Kingdom. Share that with us, please. There's nobody there, so it should be this huge ratio of cast member to guest. So you should be getting the best service of your life because, well, there's nobody there, so you're going to get all the attention. What was it actually like, Marvin?
No, the blue umbrellas were packed with people. They couldn't handle the overflow.
Tell what blue umbrellas are, please. What are the blue umbrellas?
I'm sorry, the guest experience team. They're the people that you go to when you have a problem with a fast pass or when a ride is down that you have something for. They can help you guys out. They're like an arm of the guest services division. And, they're spaced around the park. So you just look for a blue umbrella that says guest experience on it. Trash overflowing, major lines at all food locations because, they just want you to, they want everyone to use the mobile apps. It's just non-stop nonsense. And then, even in Epcot on Saturday, I took a picture of the Walt statue at Dreamers Point Pro. And there was not a soul around it. It wasn't even like creative angles. It was like a tumbleweed blew by. Like I called it Lonely Walt. Like that's a new meme that we should do. Lonely Walt. And apparently in the summer months, that statue in the mid-afternoon heats up to like super heated levels and can actually burn people that try to like put their arm around it.
Molten Walt.
Molten Lonely Walt. But yeah, nobody there yet, no service, yet none of that Disney difference. Everything
that's
is filthy.
gone. That's been gone for years.
Paint
the Disney difference has been gone since 2019.
Yet the premium price that you pay is still way up.
Yes, the experience. Listen, I've gone to Disney now for many decades, and I've been to Disney more than most people on the planet. And I can tell you, and you can tell them that the Disney that was is not the Disney that is.
No.
Now you were talking about Epcot. I want to show this because we're going to drill down into data that we don't typically do. But, a lot of people are watching these videos now trying to figure out what's going on at the parks, and we're happy to show people this. So we're going to drill down even deeper. Folks, if you want to go do this yourself, thrillData.com. We love the website. This is the Epcot wait times, and this is why, Marvin, if people have not yet caught on to the travesty that is whoever's in charge and running the parks, they need to catch on before they start destroying a quarter of Magic Kingdom because they already destroyed Epcot. And I don't have, this isn't an opinion. I want to make this very clear to everybody watching the video right now. This is not an opinion. They destroyed Epcot pragmatically, practically, from an attendance level. They destroyed this park. The value of this park is amazing. And they reduced that value by orders of magnitude while they spent billions of dollars to quote unquote improve it. I'll show it to you right now. So, Marvin, when we were back on this chart that showed the wait times, show this again, okay? And we're watching August. Remember, the first 2 weeks of August are the best weeks of August, and then it's going to drop. So this number's going to drop down, and this is going to be the worst month we've seen in the post-pandemic era. Okay, so that's one thing. This is for all of Disney World. Let's go back to Epcot. What's happening, Marvin, is that there are two parks that are lifting those wait times. Okay, so we have two parks that are actually functioning with crowds, and we have two parks that are beyond empty. One of those is Animal Kingdom. One of those is Epcot. This Disney World is essentially a two-park resort right now. And I see no reason that they're going to improve upon this. In fact, I think they're going to destroy Magic Kingdom. They spent billions and billions of dollars on Epcot, Marvin, and years. And that's what they're going to do in Magic Kingdom. And we better raise the alarm now if you care about the if you care about the legacy of Walt and his parks. This is the result that we're looking at now of billions of dollars and years of walls and construction. Every day at Epcot has been horrible. Okay. Let me show you this. 21-minute wait time, 24-minute wait time, 25-minute wait time, 20-minute wait time. Okay. 27 minutes. Good. 30 minutes. Good. 26, 25. Now, people out there might say, well, Pro, why is it good to have a higher wait time? I mean, I know that means it's more crowded, but why is that good? Because Epcot has no rides, Marvin.
No,
I mean this. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate this. Here are the rides that are tracked. Okay, so when you have no wait time and you have no attractions, like the less attractions you have, the higher the wait times have to be because people are packing into less attractions. So what this means is you have a theme park with no attractions and nobody is waiting for them, and that means there's nobody there. Look at this. Okay, Turtle Talk with Crush. That's there, and it's always 15 minutes. And you know why it's always 15 minutes?
It's a show. It rotates
because
people
it's
in and out.
Show. Right. So you could remove this. This is lifting the whole thing by being 15.
Right.
The Seas with Nemo and Friends, 5, 7, 10, 18, 26, 7. Okay.
If that's ever anything but a walk-on, I'm not going on it.
Right. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Spaceship Earth.
Nobody's ever
very low. Soaring Around the World. Okay. This is our first ride that can get a wait time. I love Spaceship Earth. Nemo and Friends is fine, but they are constantly moving. It's very difficult to build up a wait time on those. Soarin' is our first real ride. And for the first 2 hours of Epcot, you can walk on Soarin' almost every day. And the rest of the day, it's a 20-minute-ish wait that you have. Remy's real ride, don't like it, but some people do, and they're riding it because it's new. Mission Space, the vomit-inducing simulator that Disney wishes they never built.
The worst ride in all of Disney. The worst ride in Disney.
Okay, it's a walk-on. All right. Meet Beloved Mickey and Friends. I'm sorry, that's not an attraction. I'm not counting it. Meet Anna. I'm sorry, that's not an attraction. I'm not counting it. And by the way, meeting Anna is what's lifting the wait time average at Epcot. So it's really not even real. Living with the Land, walk on. Journey into Figment, walk on, and should be blocked off because it's terrible. They destroyed that attraction. Guardians, okay, finally a real ride. The wait times here, by the way, they're meaningless.
Well, yeah,
because it's on a virtual queue. Right. Yeah. So these are meaningless wait times. These are lifting the average that we were just looking at. Grand Fiesta, walk on, frozen real attraction. So let's go over the number of real attractions at Epcot that you can actually ride without a virtual queue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 attractions, Marvin. There are 9 rides at Epcot. Let me say it again. There are 9 rides at Epcot. And these 9 rides at Epcot, they still are basically walk-ons. The entire month of August is green.
Well, and you've said it to me. You've said it to me before in private that you know when there's not a festival in Epcot, there's nothing to do.
No, this is literally they have turned Epcot. They have changed it. It's no longer a theme park. It is now a giant open pedestrian bar. That's all it is. That's all it is, Marvin.
The things that I have seen of the drunk and just disorderly conduct that goes on in Epcot every single night, it's disgusting. I won't go to Epcot at night anymore.
Okay, so now Marvin, look at this. Okay, so we've just went over how the wait times are actually worse. The crowd levels are actually even worse, right? And there's only 9 rides at Epcot, and the only 2 theme parks that have attendance are Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. And now it's those 2 parks they're going to plus for us after they just destroyed Epcot, and it's a failure because nobody's there. Now they're going to gift us with destroying Tom Sawyer Island and Rivers of America. And they have all the land in the world that they can add on, but that's not good enough. They're going to destroy it. This is out of WDW Magazine. And I think even those who are usually highly supportive of Disney, they're bailing now because they've seen what they did with Epcot. And shareholders should know about this. This company destroyed an entire theme park. They destroyed it. It will cost $4 billion to fix Epcot, and they're never going to do it.
Which is the same price, by the way. The same price, by the way, that Disney paid Universal to build Epic Universe.
Exactly. Timothy Moore says, here's why closing Tom Sawyer Island at Disney World is a huge mistake. Marvin, I'd like to wrap up with this. I just want to
Sure.
hear your thoughts on it. The company that destroyed Epcot is now planning to reimagine a quarter of the Magic Kingdom. Call it the biggest expansion ever, but it's not an expansion. It's a destruction and a renovation. Given what we've seen with the Epcot wait times, where that theme park is utterly empty, Magic Kingdom is the life of the Disney company. 1/3 of all the revenues for the Disney company in terms of profit come from Disney World. If you don't have Magic Kingdom, you don't have Disney World. They're going to reimagine a quarter of this park. Your thoughts on the people who just destroyed Epcot having to go at this one?
It is, I believe you've called it cultural arson. I've called it cultural vandalism. It is just it's the video clip that Jonas loves to play of the girl being like, this is the antithesis of Walt's vision, because it really is. It is the utter antithesis of everything that was ever envisioned. It is the destruction of memories. It is the destruction of beauty. It is sacrificing things that have been a part of people's lives for decades, part of families, part of just memories that are supposed to last forever. And it's all going to be gone, paved over. Ka-chow. There you go.
Chow ka-ching. Yeah, you get giant blinky cars, animated
In
cars.
1880s Frontierland. It's not going to be called Frontierland when it opens up. I'm still calling that.
Yeah, and nobody wants this. I mean, listen, Marvin, and this is a great point here to end this article. Mostly, I just don't want it to go, is what it says here. I have heard people say, well, Tom Sawyer Island, nobody uses it. Oh, Liberty Bell, nobody uses it. I've heard people say that. I haven't really heard anybody yet say, this is actually a good idea. Like,
No.
Nobody is saying this. Everybody is telling Disney, this is a horrifically bad idea. You should not do this. And when everybody is saying to you, this is a bad idea, I'm amazed that they come up with these ideas. I'm amazed that it ever makes it to the public.
Jonas put it really well on a stream that we were doing, where he said that like the spot by the water where you just look out over the water, that's the spot where like the old man who paid for everyone's trip like stops to catch his breath and have a moment to himself. Like you're removing peace from the parks. The water was tranquility. Beauty. It was peace. It was beauty. And you're removing it for zooming cars and themed lands and concrete.
It's I'll tell you what this is, Marvin. And I want Disney to understand that if they're listening, and they do, and if they're watching, and they do, Disney, I'm talking to you right now. You saw what you did to Star Wars with The Last Jedi. We remember the campaign against the people who disclaimed that this was not good. It didn't work. This is The Last Jedi to your most valuable asset in the entire company. This is the Last Jedi moment. You can either stop and save yourselves, or you can double down. But I can tell you right now that, and you may just walk out with the golden parachute and it won't affect you, but your legacy will be tarnished if you destroy the Magic Kingdom. It is the most important park in the world. It is the most highly attended park in the world. It is the most valuable asset in your entire company, and there's nothing even close. If you do this, you will do a Snow White trailer with Rachel Zegler in your park, and it will be there for 30 years. You should stop. Marvin, final word.
People always say to me, well, Disneyland is where Walt walked. It was Walt's park. I said, yes. Walt Disney World, however, was Walt's dream. And This is the bulldozing of Walt Disney's dream. And I think that is what is important. Yes, he said they're not a museum. The park should always be changing. However, I don't think he meant this. I don't think he meant erasing American history, erasing tranquility, erasing peace, erasing memories. I don't think any of that was intended.
Upgrade Tom Sawyer's Island. If you want to change it to something that's not Tom Sawyer, fine. Upgrade the Liberty Bell. Put a dining experience on it. Do whatever you want to do. But destroying these things is far more than just taking away an attraction. And having people watch the cars, these off-road, off-brand Pixar characters, zoom around Haunted Mansion and by Liberty Square and up and down Frontierland with half-blanked Blizzard Beach mountains. You're gonna regret this. This will make The Last Jedi look like a little thing to you, Disney. And we're telling you this now. All right, folks, that's the video for today. I hope investors paid attention. Again, no financial advice, but We want to keep you up to date with what's going on at this company. Hope it helps correct some things. And we'll talk about Muppets more, too. All right, folks. We're going to head on out. Tooneytown TV and Tooneytown Wrestling. That's where you need to be for more of Marvin. Marvin, congratulations, by the way, on tremendous success with your channels.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're really experiencing a lot of great growth. Really hope people will come check out Toonie Talk TV Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're really trying to build up that live stream show and really make it a success the way the rest of the channel has been. So yeah, it's just been a whirlwind ride. We got daily content dropping every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard.
Phenomenal work. And as far as Disney is dropping, you're rising as you continue to tell the truth. Great job, Marvin. Folks, you can help us continue to rise. We certainly do appreciate you. Consider clicking the like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment right down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, we will see you very soon. In the meantime, support those partner channels we have. That Game Place, That Park Place, That Pod Place, and Vacation Radio. Because we just couldn't keep that going with the pattern. Anyway, all right, folks, we'll see you real soon. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
No, hey Flo, what you doing? Thinking about Rome?
No, I wasn't. But thanks. Now I lost the game.
Dang it. Now I lost the game. Oh, no. Well, now you're a double loser.
Hey guys, you know what would help you in your grief? Forgetting those things and filling your mind with articles from thatparkplace.com and using that website as a launching pad to get you lost in thought with all of the team from there.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea.
Yeah. Oh, well, Flora, would you look down here?
I hate you.